And the Grand Island Area Coalition on Trafficking is hosting a t-shirt design competition. And the goal is not only to activate community awareness, but get people involved as well. Local 4's Leroy Trigg spoke to the organization's chair, and he joins us from our Grand Island newsroom with more.
Yes, Brandon, GI Act Chair Amber Harper says this is the first year they're hosting a t-shirt contest, and it's a great way for people to be creative and learn about trafficking as they create their design. Harper says even though awareness isn't the only goal, bringing more awareness never hurts. The organization has been around since 2018 and has been formed by members of Central Nebraska from a variety of backgrounds. GI Area Coalition on Trafficking has done outreach through their hotel motel project, which is businesses about human trafficking. That project was halted by COVID, but they hope to resume that project soon, with the new design being their logo going forward.
We thought that by having a t-shirt design contest, we could get folks to the table and use those t-shirts as we do outreach at hotels and motels, use those t-shirts to tell people about GI Act and to start conversation.
Harper says they wanted something for the people out there doing the work, raising awareness about human trafficking. The contest started earlier this month, and so far no designs have been submitted. You can submit your design via email to grandislandact@gmail.com. The deadline to submit your design is July 31st. Brandon, back to you in studio.